Discussion this afternoon focused on the future of energy in Michigan. Congressman Tim Walberg and energy leaders talked about new efforts to speed up energy permits and boost energy production. Right now, lawmakers are working on legislation that would allow faster approvals for energy projects. It is called the SPEED Act.
We completed some key legislation in the Natural Resources Committee, a committee in which I sat, the SPEED Act, which ramps up the speed by which permitting can take place, still protecting environmental and our resources, but doing it a little more quickly. We have AI that's in place now that can ramp up our ability to generate the necessary compliance efforts.
Representative Walberg says efforts are underway to train students for jobs in the energy sector. That includes design, construction, and infrastructure maintenance.
Michigan State's